Hello, you incredible friends, and welcome to our winning Zoom networking evening. My name is Edward Zier. It's an honour to have you with us, and today we've got a great crew of winners. Lassie, how are you feeling tonight, Lassie?
I'm great, thank you. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Lassie.
Hi, Lassie.
Hello.
And Tim Beanland, how are you feeling tonight?
Doing well, doing really well, man. Thank you.
Adrian, how are you feeling?
Dude, pumped to be here as always.
And Carlo, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you all the way from the west.
Hello, Carlo.
All right. So just to let you know, tonight we've got an exciting evening planned for you. We're going to be on Zoom to do an awesome networking evening, just to make the Zoom experience really good. Number one, if you're making a bit of noise or there's something going on, please feel free just to mute your own audio just to keep it a good experience. Okay, so please do that if you've got a bit of noise going on. Secondly, we're going to be going for about an hour, and our goal is for us to really network and connect, and we're going to talk a bit about the Corona season and how that's impacting us. And thirdly, the big thing is, everyone's names here, please connect with each other on LinkedIn. So this is a networking event. It's about all of us connecting. Does that sound good?
Yep. Reasonable.
So,
Yep.
And just let you know who our commanders are. Our senior officers are Adrian. Can we say hello to Adrian again?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Now,
Hi, Adrian.
How you doing?
Tell us very quickly what you do, Adrian.
That's a great question, Edward. I'm an online personal trainer, or global personal trainer, as you say. And I just help business men and women simplify their fitness and nutrition without giving up everything they enjoy. So, that's exactly what I do.
Very exciting. And what I'll do is I'll just mute everyone really quickly. Okay, so I've just muted. What I've done is I've just muted everyone very quickly, but you can unmute yourselves just to keep the audio clean. Now, Tim's one of our officers. How are you tonight, Tim? What's going on?
Doing really well, Ed. Thanks for having me here. And it's, awesome to see such a large crowd in tonight. It's really, really cool.
And Tim, what do you do for a living really quickly?
Yeah, I'm a full-time podcast host and podcast producer. So I help people make at least 1 to 3 months worth of video content in around 45 to 60 minutes of their time. Really helping people pump out some good content in this period.
And Carlo, are you with us, Carlo? Can you hear us? Feel free to unmute yourself and say hello. I hear crickets. No, Carlo must be... You around, Carlo?
I'm in. Yes. Hello.
How are you, Carlo?
Hey, Edward.
What do you do, Carlo?
I'm a copywriter and marketing strategist. So what I do is gain more leads for my clients with persuasive copy.
Oh, beautiful. And Lassie, it's your turn. Tell us all about you, Lassie. What's going on? Feel free to unmute you.
I help Edward and I help everyone network online. Been working on my LinkedIn really hard lately, so check me out over there. I do shout outs for everyone. Yeah.
Excellent. So can we give everyone, I'm just going to unmute for a second. I've now unmuted everyone. Can we give each other a round of applause to kick off the evening? 3, 2, 1, go! All right. So what I'll do is I've just hit mute all again. What I want to do is to kick off the discussion tonight is I want to talk about Corona and how are we succeeding in Corona. Now, if you want to speak, all you need to do is unmute yourself, and just the rules are first person in, make sure you don't talk over each other. So first question to the group tonight, how are you going with Corona and how are you running your business differently? Someone take it away.
I guess I'm unmuted. My name's Arlene and I'm a computer trainer. So what I've done is I've started running courses every single day at 12 o'clock, free courses for anybody who wants to learn more about technology. So that's my marketing strategy to get to reach as many people as I can by running free Zoom courses every day.
Oh, very, very cool, Arlene, and that's very intelligent. What else? Next question. What is someone else how are you running your business differently in times of Corona? What are you doing? Anyone, feel free to unmute yourselves and go for it.
I'll
I
do it.
might have a shot at this.
Go,
That's all
Annie.
right. I'm actually a little bit different to all you guys. What I've done, I've just written a book, and my book launch was set for March 20. So we know what happened all at about that time. So I had to cancel my book launch. So I have discovered Zoom, and also I've reactivated. I joined LinkedIn in 2013 and really haven't done anything with it because I was just EA admin, and I really didn't need to build up a whole following. So now with not being able to promote my book out of the house, I've reactivated my LinkedIn, and I'm joining as many groups and Zoom videos as possible to get my book out there, which happens to be this one,
What is it?
The Strength Within.
Ooh.
I'm a 3 times cancer survivor. So I've
Wow. Can we give a round of applause to Annie? I'm going to unmute all. Wait a sec. Round of applause to Annie.
Thank you. So I was first diagnosed 40 years ago, so I've got a message for people out there.
As it is, we've got 4 different WordPress themes that we've got across.
Wow. Who else wants to have a shot? Who else wants to have a shot? What are you doing differently in the times of Corona, friends? Feel free to unmute yourselves and let us know. What are you doing differently in the times of Corona?
Can I go next? Oh, okay.
After you, Melissa, you go.
Then Matthew. So Melissa, then Matthew. Go, Melissa.
Okay, no worries. Okay, thanks, guys. Yeah, what I've done, I've changed my advertising on Facebook. Instead of being about all of my novels, I've brought it down for one novel now. So that way it brings everybody into that body swap murder mystery, brings everybody into that like a funnel sort of thing. But I've also been able today to reactivate my Global Domains International membership again too, which is an affiliate marketing company. Have you heard about them, Ed?
No. So you're getting back into affiliate marketing.
I've gone back into that. Yeah, I got paid a little bit more than I expected from Centrelink, so I thought, okay, I'll get back into that today. So I've done that. I posted on LinkedIn today about it, and I thought this is going to be the perfect time for people to start getting in there and thinking about a second income, and they're working from home or they're doing nothing at home. So it's a perfect time to go in there and get people to start thinking for their financial future. Not thinking short term, think long term. That's where entrepreneurs, they always think long term, not short term. And that's one thing I like, yeah.
Brilliant, Melissa. Brilliant. Mr. Matthew Cooper, what's going on, man? Oh, sorry. Please unmute yourself again. Hey. My bad.
All right, there we go. Now we're good. G'day, Edward. G'day, everyone. Hope everyone's going well. So look, prior to all this coronavirus kind of shutdown, I had a role. I still have a role at the Adelaide Oval, but like many businesses and people, I'm in a period of indefinite stand down. So over the last few weeks, I've been jumping on a lot of these webinars and lots of Zoom hookups and getting to know people in different networks and different walks of life. And I've just thrown myself into an entirely different role in industry, which has unexpectedly come up. So it's kept me very busy, but already learning a lot, which has been great.
Excellent. And Angela, what's going on? Who are you holding up against the screen, Angela? So tell us what's going on, Angela. How are you? What's going on, Angela?
I'm good. How are you?
Now, Angela, you're a very smart lady. What advice do you have for the audience in the time of Corona?
Wash your hands. Keep your distance. I've been working from home now for about 12 months, so I'm used to staying at home. And I found what's very beneficial for my mental health is keeping up with the routine. So still get out of bed at the same time, have your breakfast and, go for your daily walk and all that. So even though you're staying home, don't think, I'll just slack off a little bit and sleep into lunchtime, because then you do get out of routine and things do fall behind. So it's good to keep into a regular routine.
Yeah, and that's great to hear. And I don't know if I actually double checked this just for the sake of the audience, and I did confirm this. I'm saying globally here, the coronavirus has hit its peak globally. So as a global average, corona's now hit its peak and it's starting to slightly come down globally. So what that means will be interesting, but the infection rate's slowing down. So good news out there. So we've got some great news coming along. So it's all good to hear. Now, thank you, Angela. So now I've got a different question for the audience. Who here has a really sexy and awesome elevator pitch they want to practice on the audience? Who's got a sexy elevator pitch? Who's got one? Unmute and tell us your elevator pitch. You've got a sexy elevator pitch. Who's got one? Come on, who's got one? Michael Tahan, did you volunteer? I saw you move. Did you volunteer there, Michael? Yeah, you did. Michael Tahan, what's your elevator, man?
I wouldn't call it sexy, Ed, but that's between you and I. So
don't let Lassie find out. Yeah,
I'll share it with you anyway. So what I do is I'm a money mindset coach, business care to grow. So I work with business owners with more than 20 employees to provide a financial wellness program. So especially in these times when there's so much uncertainty, stress and fear, I actually move them the other side and provide some certainty, some safety around their financial situation and moving forward.
Oh, beautiful. And where are you from, by the way, Michael, for the sake of the audience?
Downtown Cronulla in Sydney. Yeah.
Isn't our Prime Minister Scott Morrison from Cronulla?
He's down here as well, yeah.
Yeah. You live next door to him, isn't that right? Like he's
very close. We're all one tribe here.
Exactly. And you're one of the hot bald guys as well, so I respect that.
Yeah.
So I've got another question for the audience. I actually want to hand over a little bit to the awesome Adrian Lee for the moment. Are you there, Adrian?
Yes,
now,
I am there.
Adrian, I want you, because again, I don't know about you, but staying fit and healthy in the time of Corona is difficult. Who thinks it's hard staying fit and healthy right now? I certainly do. Adrian, can you give us some fitness and health tips right now, some quick ones for the sake of the audience?
Okay. So like when it comes to fitness and health, it's very personalized. So like you can't like use a cookie cutter approach to it because everyone has different wants and needs and challenges and all that sort of stuff. So there's some basic things that most people should be doing every day. And number one, it's just drinking enough water. Like simple stuff like getting water in first thing in the morning when you wake up is going to hydrate you, not only your body and detoxify it, but also lighten up your brain so you can actually start thinking and start using it so you can be productive. That's the first thing. Number two, like seriously, is sleep. Like we all know it's good for us, and essentially going to bed late at night is not going to do you any favors for productivity, even though you think you do. It doesn't. So getting a good sleep-wake cycle is going to be the best thing that you can do for yourself, along with the drinking water. And just keeping it really, really, really simple. Like I talk a lot about just focusing on one thing because for most people, they don't think it is that big of a deal. But if you can like focus on just drinking 2 liters of water every day and then building that up and then adding in another healthy habit. Sorry, the train's going past. If you can add in another healthy habit, you can build upon that over time. And the other one I would say is just like get out and go for a walk. Simple stuff, you know, have a step target every day. I noticed Tracy's on the call, so she knows that I bang on about that. But just, you know, getting in steps, getting out in Mother Nature, simple stuff like that. So you got your water, you've got your steps, and you've got a good night's sleep. Like the rest of it is going to be personal to you. Like that's why, it's so hard to give advice like this. But generally, look, eat well. We all know what good food is. And if you're someone who is very focused on their business and wants more of high performance energy, I would say limiting your carbohydrate intake unless you're doing intense activity and backloading your carbohydrates at the end of the day. Now, that's a very specific thing to say, but you're going to, number one, you're going to light up your brain because you're going to focus on having, say, a protein and vegetable meal and maybe some good fats. And that's going to give you a stable energy during the day. So you actually have consistent energy rather than having the peaks and troughs during the day. And if you have your water as well, you're going to be a machine. You're going to be superhuman. You're going to feel amazing. And that's the way you should feel.
Oh, that's a spirit.
I just want to say this water bottle's this water bottle was inspired by Adrian. So thanks.
Yeah. Those simple things, like if now, right now, you're not focused on getting enough water in, just do that for like a month or a couple of weeks, whatever it is, and then build upon it. Get out, get some movement, but make it happen because you're going to feel a ton better.
Excellent. Well said. Well said. And just a quick shout out to our new people that have arrived. We've got Sandeep. We've got the awesome Jerome, our very handsome Frenchman. I was going to say Jerome's a very handsome French guy, and Jerome's got a very sexy French accent. Jerome, can you tell us hello? What do you do, Jerome?
The magic question. A bit like you, I care for people. I care for people with, in an unusual way, unconventional way. I like magic. I like fun. I like playfulness. I see life as a story. We're only players. So when it's not a play, when it's not a game, when it gets challenging more than supporting, more than playful, well, I make sure that you can change the rules and you can get to joy, fulfillment, with confidence, with trust, with faith. I do things. I love people. I love the body. I love how it functions. I love creating changes. I love playing the magician.
Ooh.
I love caring for people because I care for myself first. In this period, in this time we're going through at the present, I've been shocked first. But then there's two punchlines I will never forget that I learned from others, mentors. The very first one is, remember, we will never attract a challenge that we cannot handle. In other words, there will always be someone, somewhere, somehow, coming around and giving you a tip, inspiring you to snap out of a state that you didn't ask to get into. So you learn to be in control, to take charge. And the second one is more about the communication between one another. There's a beautiful saying in this, the way of the peaceful warrior, I think it was, yes it was, where at one moment it says, the hardest people to love are the one who needs it the most.
Ah, ain't that true?
I don't want you to get into your box of tissue here, guys. But what I want you to know is there's a challenge here. But remember that it will never come out without support.
Yes.
Just like this day and night, we have always support when we have a challenge, whatever the challenge, whatever it is. So the biggest one, which if I can tell, if I may, just 2 minutes, yeah?
Very quickly, yes.
With the work I do, yeah, with the work I do, I've been demanded and I'm still very busy. I took 5 minutes to jump on the call. I didn't even know the Zoom call was there. I just saw Edward in my Gmail box. But there are funny sensations that we experience in our body. Those sensations only are physiological response to a story to which we attract some sort of what we call emotions. And I'm going to share the most important one, fear.
Fear, yes.
Remember this one. Remember, this is critical. This is so important, whichever one it is. It might shock you, but please bear with me for a second. Fear is non-existent. It's only in the content of the story that we think about. If you have the ability to take a deep breath, sit back and look at it the way it is as an observer and ask this question, what are the benefits? Just to get the ball rolling with you, Edward, you're so good at holding it well. But this is the tip here. Just pick, I'll give you this one to take home and play with it. Whatever the fear you experience, however, it may be even something else called that other than a fear. Whatever challenge, emotion, feeling, sensation you experience in your body about a specific event, it could be self-isolation, it could be quarantine, it could be the COVID-19, it could be what is it tomorrow, it could be the money, whatever it is, sensation. Yes. Just write the story as it is and ask yourself, what are the benefits?
Oh.
See, I'm self-isolated, but there's always benefit. Always benefit. Look at him. Look at them. How does it serve me? What is it for me to learn from this situation? What can I learn for when I get out of it? How can I help myself and help others? There will be many sources of inspiration.
You're saying, Jerome, for example, what are the benefits in the situation we're in? How can we make the most out of it?
Okay. By your hands,
very quickly, we have to move on.
Yeah. Look, the fear is the one. The fear is the biggest one. Then the second one, which comes up over time now, is anger and grief. But let's go with the fear. The fear, fear is the mother of all emotions. I think it's the best one, in a sense. So let me take you. I'm going to share the one I have.
We'll come back to that one. Jerome, we'll come back to that one. I actually want to pick on Tracy for a second. Where's Tracy?
You go.
Tracy there. We'll come back to you.
Yes, I'm here, Ed.
Now, Tracy, we've spoken about fear before, haven't we, Tracy?
Yes, fear is a common thing in my world.
Now, Tracy, for the sake of the audience, how do we overcome fear in these times going on Jerome's great direction?
Look, to be perfectly honest, the only formula I have is to look it directly in the face and keep moving forward. So it's taking those small little steps, and it doesn't matter what the fear is, taking those small little steps every day, moving forward through that fear, and the magic is on that other side. And that's the only thing that keeps me going and pushing through it, is knowing that there's magic on the other side. So for me, I've had fear around a lot of things. And Adrian can attest to my fear of fitness, of actually moving my body. And it's just been little things every day, as he said, adding in one step at a time and getting comfortable with that one step and then moving on to the next bit. So that's how I've overcome some fears. And I conquered one of my biggest fitness fears yesterday by climbing Mount Lofty from Waterfall Gully. So that's a huge thing for me, because I did it 6 years ago and swore I'd never do it again. And I only went up the hill. I didn't come back down that time.
How'd you get down the hill? Would you?
There's car parks. There's car parks up the top and up down the bottom. And someone gave me a lift back down to our car down the bottom the first time round. So this time I went by myself, parked my car at the bottom and walked all the way up and walked all the way back down again. So they're just little things, setting yourself a goal around your fear to accomplish one thing towards overcoming it every single day. And that accumulation over time helps you overcome it.
That's just brilliant. Now, what I want to do for the moment is I'm going to hit the mute all key for a second, and I just want to throw it to the audience. If there's anything anyone wants to say, be it you want to react to what Jerome says, Tracy says, or you want to talk about something different, unmute yourself and tell us what you think, friends. Tim's
I want
in.
to comment
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
I'll
you
go
go,
Tim then Joe. Tim then Joe.
Okay. I just want to comment back to Tracy's taking that first step with the exercise. That's really awesome. Well done. But I think it's also applicable to a lot of other things, you know, and where taking that first step is often the hardest thing to do. But once you do that and just compound it with more activity, you'll be amazed what happens. You know, I didn't think I'd have all of this equipment and gear and all that kind of stuff 2 years ago when I started doing podcasting. But, you know, I took one small step and now I freaking love doing it. So it's just, yeah, I think that was really relatable from Tracy, and I just want to give her kudos for that. But can be definitely applicable in a lot of circumstances, even if it's that annoying task we want to do in the morning, just take that first step. So yeah, cool advice from both Tracy and Adrian there.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
It's a pleasure. And Joe Bellissimo, how you feeling, Joe?
Good. I just thought I'd comment on what's going on here, and I'm picking up the art of reframing. And that's really cool. So taking the positive out of anything that might come across as negative. And I just thought I'd share the tool that I use on that, which is instead of focusing on what you can't do, you focus on what you get to do. So I can't leave the house, but that means I get to work from home. And if I can't leave, I also get to spend more time with my son. And if I can't go shopping, it means I get to hold on to my savings. So there's always the crossing back from the I can't and getting into the what do I get. And if you use language like that, then everything just becomes a lot easier to come from that positive perspective as opposed to that negative perspective. Jerome's over there going like, yeah, he gets it.
Okay. We'll give Jerome, we're going to give you 30. We love Jerome. Sorry, I'll come back. We'll give 30 seconds to Jerome, then straight to Martin. I got you, Martin. So, Jerome, you got 30 seconds, man. Go, Jerome.
Joe, you said it properly. It's the benefits. Look always for the positive. Look always for the complement or positive of something you experience. If you experience fear, look for the positive. If you experience infatuation, too much joy, watch out. Sometimes you can get into depression. Look at the drawbacks. What you want is to find balance. Balance.
Beautiful, Jerome. And we got Martin Wyatt. How you doing, Martin Wyatt? The floor is yours. How you been?
Yeah, good, Edward. Thank you. I think basically trying to sum up a lot of what everyone's talking about, it's really good. The fear is simply the false expectations appearing real. When we've got any situation at all, what we do have is we've always got the ability to navigate. And navigating your way is reframing. It's being able to look for the positive. It's looking at what you can do. And if you've got an end goal in mind, there's multiple pathways to achieve that end goal. It's just a case of as one pathway stops, you need to be able to look and being able to see the stepping stones that you need to take. Because as any opportunity exists, it exists across many different dimensions and many different ways. And people can look online, and right now we've got an amazing amount of people online. Volumes, traffic to websites, everything is just going through the roof. And it's such a staggering amount that we all need to be taking advantage of it, because it is an opportunity, like a once in a generation type opportunity. So that is probably what I want to focus in on and say.
Oh, beautiful. I think we should all, I'm going to unmute for a second. I think we should all give Martin Wyatt a big round of applause. Wait a second. 3, 2, 1. To Martin. Now, quick one. Oh, mute everyone. Okay, quick one now. Angela said something really intelligent. Angela, can you please read out what you said in the chat that was very, very intelligent?
One thing that I've learned over the years is there's no point getting stressed over something you don't have control of. For example, the corona. But what you can do is take control of the things around you and your reaction to it. And that's how you cope with stress. So some things that I've learned in the past is when I was homeless, there was no point stressing over the time of living in women's shelters. So what I viewed was at that time was, think of it like a holiday. I'm packing my bags and I'm going from place to place as a holiday. So I changed my perspective on the matter, and that helped me to get through the stress at that time.
Wow. And you were homeless, and look at you now. You're now kicking butt, Angela. So can we give a round of applause to Angela? Round of applause, everyone. Whoa. All over. There we go. That's great, Angela. Now, another one, Matthew Cooper. I've got my eye on you, Matthew. Matthew, do you want to say hello? Love to hear what you think.
I know. I think it's a great point. Is that at the moment that the world is in a, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around everything that's going on in the world at the moment, and you could easily get caught up in that and kind of get quite despondent about it. But I think you've got to keep a positive mindset and think. Angela made a great point. There's certain things out of our control, but there are plenty of things in our control. And from my perspective, connecting with all you great people, starting a new role this week, which is something I never would have done if it wasn't for this set of circumstances. They're all positives. And as tough as things are, you've always got to take the silver lining.
Oh, beautiful. Well said. And Carlo, are you there, Carlo? You around, Carlo? You there? Carlo? How you doing, Carlo?
Yeah, how you doing?
Now, Carlo, you have been in business for a long time. You know so many more things than I do. What are your views on dealing with changing times in business, Carlo?
Yeah, my past business life, there was a lot of stressful moments. So I did work during different recessions or crises, like the GFC. So that was very stressful. I remember that. So, yeah, this seems, worse. But I think I just call upon my previous experience and just about resilience, I think, because I was in some tough situations running a small business. So I think that stood me, in good stead. So it's just filtering in the right information. So we are all overloaded with a lot of information because of the internet. I think you just got to focus on the moment. I think Tony Robbins is excellent. He says you've got to have that focused concentration. So yeah, when everything goes wrong, I think you just got to sometimes take a few moments and just take it all in, or do an activity like meditation or praying, or I diarise a lot. So there's just different things you can try. But the fact that I've been there and done that before, I think that's helped.
Oh, beautiful and well said. And Gunnar, are you there, Gunnar? Can you hear us, our new Hootsuite leader? You there, Gunnar?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Gunnar, what do you think about the whole times we're in, and what's your advice to everyone?
So my advice is using the time and write a book, but write a useful book. Because Ed, you know that I've been writing books, so I just got out the most useless book I've ever worked on. It means Long Weekend. It's in German. It's from where out of Germany you can travel, but it came out just at that time, so you cannot travel. Wonderful pictures, beautiful, but will be out hopefully in use later. When it comes to this, I also have another one that's in English, lessons I learned, and I have one chapter in this. I will do a online virtual book launch for this on my birthday, which is Monday, 4th of May.
When's your birthday again?
4th of May.
All right, everyone, Monday, 4th of May. Do we all remember that? Gunnar's birthday?
I will have it before your typical 8 o'clock webinar. I do at 7 p.m. Birthday book launch about this story.
Well, everyone bookmark that and make sure. Yeah, Gunnar's 21, I think. You're a very young 21-year-old, aren't you, Gunnar? Like me, I'm 21.
So to say, one of the figures is right.
And Tracy, do you have your dog there? Can you show us your doggy? Do you have your doggy around?
Yeah, hang on.
You can't just show us the doggy.
He's going mad. He's just Patches. He's funny. He's a 16-week-old blue heeler cross red heeler.
Oh, wow. There you go. So
Sorry, everyone, distracting.
Right, I would love it. So I'm going to hit the mute key. I'm just going to do a quick. So we've had a great conversation so far, and I want to start a new conversation arc to keep things moving. Okay. So what I want to ask, and I want to open the floor. So I've just muted everyone, so feel free to unmute yourself here. But I want to ask a totally different question to start a different arc. Where do you see your business at the end of the year, based on everything that's happened? Where do you see your business and life at the end of the year? Open question. Feel free to unmute yourself and give us an answer.
For me, I'll go first. For me, I see myself totally automated and funneling in people through a different method than what I'm currently doing, and seeing a whole pile of people extremely healthy and getting more educated in their wellness.
Oh, round of applause to Tracy. Okay, someone else, what's your vision a year from now? What's your vision through all this? Anyone?
Hi. Hello. Sorry, my voice is really scratchy, but by the end of the year, I just want to have a really, really awesome team of people that have the same vision and the same ideals and just want to go out and kick ass. And yeah, I mean, we all love the personal development space. So yeah, that's where I'm heading. The bigger, the better. And the more people that can connect like this, the better. It'll just make the world a better place.
Oh, round of applause to Annette. And Mark McPherson, I saw you nudge there. Go for it, Mark. The floor's all yours.
Okay.
Well, I have no idea where my work is going to go in the next 12 months because I spent 4 or 5 years not working, looking after my parents. Great experience. I don't regret it, but it's just the way it is. There's no income when you're doing that. And then I started to get back into work a few years ago. And my work is pretty much face-to-face, although I also do a lot of phone coaching or coaching over the phone to regional parts of New South Wales and Australia. So I have no idea where I'm going because, shock and horror, all my jobs have just been cancelled. All my face-to-face training across New South Wales, Victoria and Adelaide just went. So here I am. And our conversation yesterday was with you on phone was very much about I don't know. And I was interested in things like Teachable and all sorts of things because like other people here on this meeting tonight, I have lots of ideas, lots of stuff written down. Yes, I've got the 4 or 5 books, all 20% written. And yes, and someone's already said it, write that book. Well, you're right. There you go. Here's the perfect opportunity. But going back and all sorts of things, I've got fears, I try and look at everything in terms of advantages and disadvantages. Being home, well, the advantage is I will get on and do things in the garden I haven't done for a long time. The bad thing is I'm at home doing things in the garden I haven't done for a long time. So anyway, so be it. That's where I'm headed. I'm not sure.
Nice. Oh, very good. Love your authenticity. Tim, been learned.
I've actually got a question for Mark. I'm just interested. After spending 4 years off, how did you, I guess, motivate yourself to get back into work? Like, there must have been a bit of lag time, or just fascinated. Like, it's a fair bit of time off.
There were days when I was not motivated at all. I'm 66, and around me there's people retiring. I know there's people going to work when they're 80, but I've got friends who've retired when they're 60. So I found it incredibly hard. As luck would have it, I've got a very supportive partner who says whatever will be. But I found it incredibly hard to be motivated, to be quite honest. And sometimes the best thing to do was to have a week off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, not putting the pressure on yourself.
It's almost impossible not to do, but I found it very hard. So I don't have any secrets on that one.
No.
All you can always weigh up is where do I want to be in 12 months' time, and how am I going to get there? But as I said, things were going pretty well. Plenty of jobs, but my job is face-to-face training, if you like.
Yeah.
And it just disappeared.
Mohammed, I saw you there. Mohammed, then Jerome. Go, Mohammed. Floor's yours.
Guys, hi from Canberra. So I think we'll have a less achievement, but with a stronger vision end of this year. That's my opinion.
Say that again. So less achievement and stronger.
Less achievement, but with a stronger vision, future vision, more open visions with the stronger plans. That's what I think. Yeah.
Oh, very good. And Jerome, I got you there nice and quickly. The floor is yours.
Mark, I'd love to share. I feel what you are at, Mark. I'm 58, okay? So close to enough to understand which generation. You're speaking about retirement. This is some form of belief that you have, that you're forcing through. If I may, such thing as retirement doesn't exist, and you know it now. Think it, look at all the benefits about freedom. Ultimately, the highest value we have on this planet as human beings is freedom. We've been programmed to do 9 to 5, to have jobs. Somehow, in some ways, you snapped out of it and you decide you found it some inspiration. You know that you have something to share with people. That wealth of knowledge you have accumulated over so many years. People can't wait to have it when you can't wait to give it to them. We don't need face-to-face anymore. All my work is remote. And I do energy work. Some kinesiologists do it face-to-face. They need to have you in their hands. I go beyond it. I'm on 10G. I might patent it, but it's a safe and healthy one. Mark, you have gold within you. That gold, people can't wait to have it. Dig it out, bring it up on paper, be grateful for it. If you want to have a chat for free, just for fun, I can bring it up to you within an hour. I can bring you back to life. People comes back to you. They will be attracted to you. You don't need to have them face to face. You have Zoom.
So Jerome has got, I agree with what Jerome says. Mark, you can take your business online. Can't you, Mark? Can't you? Oh, unmute yourself. Go on.
I'm heading in that direction, but it doesn't happen overnight. And I wrote something on LinkedIn just last week about some of the shoddy webinars I've been to by people who are professionals and people who are experts in communication. And some of those webinars, I'm sorry, were pretty shitty. We're very honest. So I'm not a perfectionist, but I'm not going to jump into the Zoom or go to webinar until I just have a bit more solidarity about where I'm heading. And I feel good about that, by the way. I don't feel fearful. I just feel, oh, that's cool. That's cool. You know, and I'm having, and my life is pretty damn good. I mean,
you are.
I'm talking about their dog. We're looking after our neighbour's dog, and it's such a cute little thing. And he's come in several times, and my wife's come in to sort of grab him and take him away. Life is good.
Yes, thank you. Beautifully said.
Thank you for your inspiration.
You're welcome.
Here we got Annie. Go for it, Anna.
Okay, so we're revealing ages. I'm 66. I've just published my first book. My husband's 74. He's still working. He drives a bulldozer. So I agree with Jerome. There's no such word as retirement. My book is called The Strength Within, as I mentioned earlier. My 12-month goal is firstly to reimburse my expenses that I spent on publishing a book. But also, the more people that buy my book, I know will be inspired, will build courage, will build their resilience, and will overcome adversity, and they'll be inspired. And that's my goal, is to reach as many people as possible to benefit from all those qualities.
Oh my God, this is pure gold. I was going to say, please excuse me. Our daughter's launched an attack on me and she's putting stickers on my balding head. So just let you know, things are going to get very gender fluid here. But actually, can someone take over? Lassie, I'm in a bit of trouble right now. Take over. So I'm calling for reinforcements. Now, on that point, I've called for Lassie reinforcements. Adrian, I'm in trouble. Take over.
Right, how's everyone enjoying their evening?
Yeah, great.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to suggest another elevator pitch, and I would like to go with. I'm just going to point someone out. So, what about Mr. Joseph, my man? The smiling, Mr. Positive.
I just knew that I just knew that you were gonna point to me, Adrian. So, but anyways, it's great to actually see so many familiar faces. I'm connected to most of you. Tracy, great to see you. Gunnar, and Adrian, Lassie, Edward. So everyone else who I'm not connected to. So I am originally from India. Just those of you who don't know, spent most of my life in Australia from Melbourne, and presently based out of Singapore. So it's great to actually be here on this sort of meetup, because every single other time that I've wanted to be on the meetup, I haven't been able to because of the time difference, and I'm still at work and on my way back home. But because Singapore has finally done the lockdown, so I'm at home. So I was like, okay, working from home, just snuck out, and it's great to see all you people here. So Adrian, I'm not going to do the elevator pitch, mate. Come on, I just wanted to say hi to everyone. But if there's anything you would like to ask, especially, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I have one question, mate. In the past few weeks, what changes have you seen on LinkedIn? Good, like positive, and like negative.
Yeah, I think that's a great question, because what I've noticed here is like every single person's actually gotten a lot more on LinkedIn or on social media, which is great. But the thing is, what that has also done is like a lot of people are actually putting forth opinions regarding things where they don't have too much information or verifiable information on, and that is a very, very bad thing, in my opinion, because if you don't know what you're talking about, and the more you actually you mention it to others around you, you're actually spreading panic. And that's the worst thing that you can do at this present moment, because and that's what a lot of people are doing, unfortunately. And there are a lot of people on my feed who are coming up with like, the doom is gloom, scenarios and statistics, which are like horrible. And I'm like, no, we need to try and focus on the positives, because we are going to get over it. Humanity is going to come closer together as a whole, in my opinion, and that's the main thing. We really need to focus on the little good things that are happening around us, like Little Miss Piggy putting stickers on Edward's bald head. So. So I mean, we need to really, really appreciate. I think the little things, family, friends, and just being able to reach out and connect with people with the intention of actually providing value. Try and be the rainbow in someone's cloud. Simple as that. Forget others. Forget the negativity which is going on all around you. And sometimes I think, especially in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that Edward and a few of the others would absolutely agree with me, social media can be a boon, but it's an absolute curse sometimes, and especially during these times, because you can just overflow yourself with unnecessary information and just spread panic to yourself and fear. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Ed, over to you, buddy.
Yeah, just jumping in. Thank you for that. Now, what I want to do is we've got about 10 minutes left. So what I want to do is I want to deliberately target people who haven't much. So I want to pick on the quiet people. So who are we going to go after first? Now, you have an option to volunteer, or I'll volunteer you. So of the quiet people, now's your chance to speak. I'd love to just say hello. Just tell us what you do.
Hello. Hello. How are you? How are we doing, Ed? How's everyone?
Oh,
it's James here. Yeah. Sorry, I've just been sitting listening to what's going on. I think also that what now is a good opportunity to do is to set some little goals, because a lot of people have lost structure, they've lost routine, the idea of staying in bed, going to bed late, watching horror, that it's easy to lose sight of the fact that in a few weeks we're back to normality, and that you could quite happily waste all of your time right now. What do I do? I have nothing to do. So even little goals, getting up, having a shave, having a shower, getting ready as if you're going to work, because we have to make sure that people don't fall into that mindset of complete depression, feeling lost, not knowing what to do. But for the longer term, actually, I think a lot of people are going to reevaluate their their life and say, well, do I really want to go back to work? Do I enjoy the job that I've been doing for the last 10 years? And now is an opportunity to actually think about changing your life. And there are very few opportunities in life where you're sat at home, you have the equivalent of a working week where for a lot of people you're furloughed, you're doing nothing, getting paid for doing nothing. So perhaps it's an opportunity just to sit down and think about, where's my life going? What plan do I have? Can I set myself some goals to, improve, to change, to mix things up a little bit? Because by Christmas or this time next year, we'll probably be going, oh, coronavirus, oh, what was that? Oh yeah, I was off work for a few weeks. And you've gone back into your comfort zone and you've not changed, you've not developed, you've not moved on. So I think those people that can push themselves out of their comfort zone at the moment and really just sit and think, what is it I want to do with the rest of my life? I've survived coronavirus. Do I really want to go back to the job that I hate? What can I do instead? And I think it's really important to set little goals for today, get up, take the dog out, whatever you're doing, but equally important, what am I going to do in September or Christmas or in 2025? So so for me, that's really important. And I'm talking to lots of people about that at the moment. So yeah, it's me.
Your goal, big round of applause to James. Now,
Hey, can I just add something to what James was mentioning?
Please.
So, I mean, James, I think you brought up a very, very important point, and this is something which I think, one of my friends actually shared something via WhatsApp with me, which I did share on LinkedIn, which is so powerful, and especially, coming to what you mentioned. And it was a quote along the lines of, in the rush to return to normal, one should spend time to consider which part of normal is worth rushing back to. And it's so important. It is so important. If we think about it, it's like, we don't understand, we don't appreciate the little things in life. And this is the best time to basically, try and reignite that inner spark within us to find that sense of creativity. So thanks, James. I think you've hit upon a very, very important point.
And I think it's also important to say that there are lots of people out there saying you must change, you must do something with your life, you must take this opportunity. Actually, if you don't want to, so what? Don't do anything. But now is you're not going to get many more times in your life where you really sat at home with nothing to do except watch TV, whatever. So if that's your mindset, take the opportunity to think about, how can I move my life forward in a way to make me happy and not just a way to pay the bills. Right.
Now, beautiful, James, and we're doing great. And I was just going to say, as we wrap things up, who hasn't spoken yet, or who hasn't spoken much? Now's your opportunity. Who hasn't spoken much? Please, you haven't spoken. Now's your time.
I'll just add one thing. And it's more around what I see. One of the two benefits that I'm seeing, which excites me. One is the control we've talked about. People thought they had more control in the world, and they don't. And the other one thing I wanted to share is ego. So with Corona, it's affected everyone. So people thought that they were better, or people thought they had a different life, whatever. It hasn't discriminated. Everyone's got sick. The British PM got sick. So I think they're two beautiful things that we can sort of take on, control ego. And I think Jerome said it before about freedom, about joy. That's what we should have in our life. So it's pretty exciting times for me anyway, in regard to self-reflect and where I'm going.
Oh, beautiful and well said. And Ahmed, you had something there, Ahmed? You want to say something, Ahmed?
Yeah, please.
Please.
Hi, everyone, and I hope you are all safe and motivated. Now I know in this room there are a lot of motivated and high-educated people. I'm Ahmed. I'm from Turkey. I am working as a lawyer. The most important effect of lockdown is that I'm online now. I didn't used to be online, and thanks a lot for joining me and listening me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Ahmed. Now, what we're going to do is we're winding, just to let you know, we're winding up in a few minutes. What I was going to say is we actually want to spend a few minutes here. Now is the time to add everyone on LinkedIn. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be here. Please feel free to multitask. Look at the names. Now's the time to add everyone on LinkedIn. Here's your big chance. So I'll be here. We're going to spend a few minutes. So feel free to pull out your phone or jump in your browser, but make sure you add everyone. And you can also leave comments in the chat too. So please add everyone now so you don't forget each other's names. So we're going to spend maybe a few minutes doing that. So type away at each other.
I just did a print screen and posted it on your document, so you've got all your names on there.
Sure. Oh, nice. Nice. So add everyone. And very soon, okay, good. Yeah, actually, it's a good idea. Feel free to dump your links in the comments and just feel free to add each other now. And you can take and we'll take a photo in a second too. We'll take a group photo shortly as well. So maybe about another 30 seconds and we'll take a group photo. So another 30 seconds.
Ed, you have the ability, you have the feature to save the text file in a Zoom recording folder that is going to be set at the end of this meeting, and you can grab this text file and send it to everyone. It's a little file, very little file. You can email it to everyone, and in a sudden everyone will have the link of everyone's on LinkedIn.
Okay, good idea. Okay, feel free to dump your links in there then. That sounds good. I'm sure Zoom has an automatic option to do that. That sounds good. All right, everyone. Let's take the group photo now then. I'll turn off my torch. So everyone get ready. Let's take
hang on. Wait.
Get ready?
Yeah.
Get ready? Okay, hang on a sec. This is going to go up everywhere. Hang on a sec. I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. All right, everyone. Can we all smile and look super awesome? Okay. Thumbs up, whatever you want to do. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Big smile. Oh my God, that was, hang on a sec. Oh my God, that was awesome. Check that out. I know you can't see. That was good. Okay, now what I want to do is hang on a sec, I still don't know what I'm doing. Okay, before we finish my incredible friends, what I'd love to do is I would love to just hear closing thoughts from anyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute everyone now. Now, closing thoughts, the rules are maximum 15, 20 seconds. So if you want to give a closing thought, maximum 15, 20 seconds for the audience. All you do is unmute yourself, give yourself a closing thought, then mute yourself again. So friends, time for closing thoughts, maximum 20 seconds. Go.
Keep positive.
Be positive. Yes. Yes. What else we got?
It's always...
Dude.
Sorry.
James.
Do the things that make you happy.
Oh, beautiful. Annette. In fact, actually, sorry, I'm going to start again. I got a better way. I'm going to go around the table and ask for closing thoughts. I got it. Tim, what's your closing thoughts, man?
I think just to thought around where my business is going to be in 12 months, my answer to that is your business is going to be where you put the most effort in, and determined by the amount of effort you put in and what you do over this opportunity. I forgot who said that, but this is an opportunity. Website traffic is high. People are looking more online. You know, if you can seize this opportunity and become an authority like Ed knows how to do, then that's my closing thoughts.
Beautiful. Love your work. Adrian, quick closing thoughts. What do you got?
Firstly, I just want to say thank you for everyone for coming along this evening. We really appreciate it. And also, very something similar to James Broadbent, do whatever makes you feel alive.
That's a spirit. Angela Ramsey, closing thoughts.
Just keep on swimming, don't give up, and keep thinking of the reason why you started in the first place.
Oh, well said. Mr. McPherson, closing thoughts.
Regarding health, I have every excuse not to do any sort of exercise at all. but I do go to gym on a regular basis. So that's not happening. Setting a time each day to actually do exercise is what works for me. I'll have every excuse at 5:30 not to do it. Oh, it's dark now, can't go for a bike ride. So that's it, set a time.
Set a time.
Stick to it.
Love it. Annie Pateman.
Yep. Well, those people who have got a book inside them, no excuses, sit in front of your computer, just start typing. Don't worry about what it sounds like or what it looks like. Just start typing. You never know what you're going to come out with. And also, don't take risks. Follow the guidelines. Stay well.
Oh, beautiful. James, another close. I know you gave one, but I love your thinking. Give us another close call, James. You're a smart guy.
No.
Oh, unmute. Hang on.
I would actually say do take risks. I think, yeah, you've got to follow the COVID guidance, of course, but, you know, do things that are new, explore, get out of your comfort, get out of your comfort zone.
I just meant with the virus. Of course, take risks to do other things, like write a book.
Try and push yourself out of your comfort zone, get away from the TV, you know. If you've never gone for a jog before, try going for a jog. Just try and do something new to mix it up a little bit. You never know, you might love it.
Oh, beautiful. Annette Parker, closing thoughts.
I just think that we just need to cherish every moment and just keep being grateful every day because, we've got this opportunity to reconnect and look what we're doing. So, yeah, keep at it.
Oh, gold. Mr. Joe Bellissimo, closing thoughts.
I was going to say, what did Buffett say? When everyone gets scared, get greedy. Was it Buffett or someone similar? Something like that. So whenever everyone else is scared, get greedy because this is the time where we're all going to make a lot of money if we're investing, or we're going to lose a lot of money if we run away. So that's just something I thought I'd share.
Oh, beautiful. Jerome, quick closing thoughts. Oh, unmute yourself, Jerome. So unmute yourself.
Love for the sake of freedom of fulfillment. Money will never come to you for fulfillment. Love will.
Oh, beautiful. Well said by a Frenchman. Matthew Cooper, closing thoughts.
Keep positive, keep purposeful, do what makes you happy. Keep seeking opportunities to reach out and connect with other like-minded people, and it's been lovely connecting with you all tonight. So thank you very much, and you've left me feeling reinvigorated and feeling very positive. So thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Lassie, closing thoughts from you. Oh, please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Now is a turning point. If you're not happy with yourself, do something about it.
Whoa, well said. Joseph, closing thoughts.
Well, I think, every single one of us, has the choice to either be our biggest cheerleader or our own worst naysayer. So the choice is yours.
Oh, well said. Lane, closing thoughts.
Make every day count. Enjoy the downtime because we don't often get the chance to do it, and make every day count.
Oh, beautiful. Mohammed from Canberra, closing thoughts.
Again, just stay positive, and this is a new adventure. Try to success on it.
Oh, beautiful. Michael Tahan, closing thoughts from you.
Yeah, live every day, do the 1%ers, and just change people's lives. Be a leader.
Oh, yes, I love that one. Melissa Jensen, closing thoughts.
Yes, so I've got two here. I just want to say think outside your comfort zone, and also education is the key to knowledge.
Beautiful. Joanna Maley, closing thoughts from you. What do you think?
Lean towards love instead of fear. You never know what happened.
Oh my God, Joanna doesn't say much, but what she says counts. Can we give Joanna a round of applause? And Tracy Kitching with the cute little dog. What's your closing thoughts?
I've got two. Be relentless, like my top says, in the pursuit of all you do. And remember that it's always a choice. And whatever you're doing, it always starts with that.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Gunnar, closing thoughts.
My answer is in Latin, carpe diem, which means use the day and enjoy the day. That's not against each other.
Oh, perfect. Carlo, closing thoughts from you.
I would say strive to do things from your heart, and together we'll win.
Oh, I love it. Megan, Megan, are you there? Love to hear your closing thoughts, Megan. Hello, Megan. Must be a deep. We'll come back to Megan. Ahmed, closing thoughts from you, Ahmed. You there, Ahmed?
Thank you, everyone, and keep going.
Oh, that's the spirit. All right.
As usual.
All right, sounds good. Well, friends, that brings us to the end of our wonderful live. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us. Now, just a few quick things as well to let you know. We're back on next Thursday. So at least for the immediate future, we're going to be having weekly Zoom calls like this. They're usually on Thursdays, but keep an eye on our Meetup group. So we're back on next Thursday, so make sure you join us for that one. Also, too, as well, just want to say a big thank you. I'll be uploading the recording of this as well to YouTube, so the recording of this will be available, so we'll always be forever on the internet. But I just want to say a big thank you. This is going to be a disaster, but I'm going to hit the unmute all button. It's going to be an absolute disaster, so feel free to make a lot of noise, start talking over each other, and, okay, I'm going to unmute all in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go, everyone. Disaster time.
Hey, it's been awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh my
It's been such a pleasure to see each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Enjoy
Hey,
Easter.
it's really good to see your face.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right.
Been fun.
Have a great evening, everyone. Make
See you guys.
better run. We're going to disaster here. Love your work, friends. Keep up the greatness.
See you, everyone.